if you're someone that has massive goals for yourself and you're not where you want to be at, you want to get in better shape, you want to make more money, you want to advance in your career, hey, maybe you want to start a side hustle. You know, there's so much potential. There's so much untapped potential that you haven't tapped into. I genuinely believe that you gotta be getting up earlier in the day. Now, I'm not gonna sound like all of these internet gurus telling you have to wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., do these crazy long morning routines. Cold plunge, 60 minutes of meditation, going on some morning sprints. Nah, I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna tell you to do all that. Let's cut out all that fluff. If that's for you, do you. But I genuinely believe if you have massive goals for yourself, you can't be sleeping on your dreams. You can't be sleeping on your goals, especially if you're young. You're never gonna have all this time, this energy, this ambition like you will have in your prime years, your 20s, your 30s. Life is only gonna get more hectic from here. And if we're pushing our goals aside, when are you ever gonna have the time, the energy, the passion, the ambition as you do right now? Personally, I've been waking up earlier for the last 5 years now, ever since the 2020 pandemic, and I'll be the first to tell you, it has drastically changed my life. To give you some context, I've never been a morning person. Never been a morning person. I remember growing up here in New York City, we would have to start school at like 7:30, 8 a.m. from elementary, middle, even high school. I remember vividly being in middle school, having to wake up at like 5:30 in the morning just to get breakfast in, just to commute to school so that I can make it to class on time for first period. And I fucking hated it. Like, my parents would literally have to drag me off my bed just for me to get up. But fast forward now, like, I'm literally getting up before my alarms every single morning. It's crazy for me to even say that out loud. Again, I'm not saying you have to wake up like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. 30 to 60 minutes earlier than your normal wake up time goes a long, long way. I typically wake up around 4 to 5 a.m. every single morning. Usually that's when my body has to use the bathroom, and once I'm up, it's like might as well get my day started. In this video, I'm gonna share a couple of reasons why I personally choose to wake up earlier, and hey, why you should do the same as well. First things first, I genuinely wake up itching to get out of bed. I don't know what it is, but as I get older, as I get more clear on my vision, as I get clear on the life that I want to build for myself, let's get this shit going. Once my alarm hits, or once my body tells me I gotta pee, it's like, bro, let's get this shit started. Like, I'm genuinely excited to wake up, get my day started, and turn my dreams into reality. If you don't feel that way first thing in the morning, something that I think will be super beneficial is writing out your vision. Like, what exactly is the life that you want to live? And get super duper detailed with it. How you want your health to look like, how you want your wealth to look like, how you want your relationships to look like, how you want your lifestyle to look like. And don't make it some superficial thing just because someone else is living that life. But what do you want? Like, what gets you itching to get out of bed? And once you get clear on that, watch how everything changes, not just with your morning wake up time, but overall how you feel on a day-to-day basis, your motivation, your drive, your passion, your ambition, knowing that every single move that you take, whether you want to take it or not, is going to get you one step closer to turning your dreams into reality. Which brings me to number 2. First thing in the morning, I have no distractions, especially if you're someone that has a phone that's constantly bombarded with notifications. I'm not that popular, but with Instagram, social media, with emails, with spam calls, it's so easy to get distracted during my day to day. But first thing in the morning, ain't no one up yet. Ain't no one making any posts where I gotta check immediately. There ain't no sports highlights where I gotta see immediately. First thing in the morning, it's so fucking peaceful, no distractions, and it allows me to just lock in, just zone in. And this brings me to number 3. It allows me to get a head start to my day. I think this was my biggest driver back in 2020 when I first started waking up earlier. For context, back in 2020, that was when I hit rock bottom. I was 30 pounds overweight. I was thousands in debts, relying on drugs and stimulants just to chase that next dopamine hit. And honestly, I felt lost in my life. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was headed in my life. And when I decided enough was enough and I wanted to change my life around, I knew that I didn't have a lot of skills and talents like my peers. But the one thing you will never take away from me is my willingness to show up day in and day out. And not gonna lie, I felt a sense of pride waking up earlier than all of my friends, all of my peers, all of my roommates. They'd be waking up at like 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m. Mind you, it was COVID times, so class was on Zoom University. But with me waking up at 5 a.m. first thing in the morning, knocking out all the things that I needed to get done. Yo, I got all my shit done before some of my roommates even woke up for the day. By default, that allowed me to get a lot of shit done. And it gave me so many more hours to my day. Another benefit that I get from waking up earlier is, by default, I get tired a little bit earlier, which allows me to go to bed a little bit earlier as well. This one's gonna come in handy for those who don't really feel tired when it comes to the time you're supposed to get in bed. With me waking up at like 4 to 5 a.m. first in the morning and knocking out a lot of my tasks out of the way. Real talk, I'm tired by like 8, 9 p.m. Like I'm ready to go to bed. And I personally capitalize on that. Yo, if my body's telling me to go to bed at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., that gives me, 8 hours of sleep and allows me to still wake up 5 in the morning every single day. Slight warning, it's gonna suck for the first few days, waking up earlier, because you're definitely gonna feel the effects of your energy levels throughout the day. Once you get into a consistent sleep schedule and consistent wake up time, next thing you know, it comes second nature. Now, I wouldn't be surprised that you're not gonna even need your alarm anymore. There are plenty of times when I'm traveling or when I forget to set my alarm and my body just genuinely wakes up at the same time every single day because of the habits and the routines that I've laid out for myself. And last but not least, I think this is the most important point out of this entire video. But you waking up 30 to 60 minutes earlier than your normal wake up time. You can even do a little bit earlier if you want to. But that extra hour fucking compounds over time. Yo, if you're waking up an hour earlier every single day, that's an extra 7 hours every single week. That is an extra 365 hours in a single year. You know how much shit you can get done in that time period? You can start a new hobby, you can develop a new skill, you can master your craft, you can sharpen your skills. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do to create the life that you want and to turn your dreams into reality. But yo, Dan, if I'm going to sleep early and waking up early, I'm gonna miss out on so much in life. Yo, what are you missing out on? Let's be real, anything that happens after 12 a.m. at night, what are y'all really doing? What, watching Netflix, playing games? You can be using that time getting your beauty sleep and still wake up early and still turn your dreams into reality. I'm a big believer that there are seasons in this life. I'm not saying you have to be waking up at fucking 4 a.m. for the rest of your life, but hey, if you're in the season of locking in, if you're in the season of turning your dreams into reality, if you're in the season of, I'm not happy with where I'm currently at and I want to change that around, wake up 30 to 60 minutes earlier than your normal wake up time. Create your slight edge. Spend that time sharpening your skills, learning new skills, getting ahead with your work, so that this way you can go to bed knowing that you put in your best efforts. So that you can go to bed knowing that, hey, I moved that needle forward today. And little by little, rep by rep, day by day, hour by hour, watch how much faster you progress with your goals. If you're someone that wakes up earlier in the day, let me know why you do it and how it has changed your life. And if you're someone that wakes up a little bit later in the day, I hope that this video gave you some insight, maybe it inspired you to wake up a little bit earlier. Let me know in the comment section below what your biggest takeaway was. Go create your slight edge, go turn your dreams into reality, and go get that next W.